Monday is often misunderstood as a difficult restart after a weekend of rest, but in reality, it represents one of the most powerful moments in the rhythm of life because it is the point where intention meets responsibility and where dreams begin to translate into action. When the week begins, many people wait for motivation to magically appear, but discipline is what truly sets achievers apart. Discipline means waking up even when the bed feels comfortable, showing up even when energy is low, and choosing progress over excuses. It is the quiet decision to act with purpose before inspiration arrives. A fresh beginning does not come from the calendar alone. It comes from the attitude we carry into the first hours of the week. On Monday morning, the mind can either dwell on the weight of tasks ahead or see the day as a reset button that allows new effort, new focus, and new possibilities. The discipline to choose the second mindset is what gradually shapes character and success. A fresh beginning also means forgiving the setbacks of the previous week and not letting them define the future. Many people carry past failures into a new day and allow them to weaken their confidence. But Monday gives everyone a chance to start again with clearer thinking and renewed determination. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about showing up consistently, even after mistakes. It is about saying, I may have fallen yesterday, but today I will stand up stronger. This attitude transforms Monday from a source of stress into a platform for growth. When a person approaches the first day of the week with intention, they create momentum that influences every following day. Small, disciplined actions taken on Monday, organizing priorities, starting key tasks early, setting goals with clarity, become the foundation for productivity and progress throughout the week. The idea of Monday as a fresh beginning and a test of discipline is deeply connected to how we use our time. Many people delay important work, telling themselves that the right moment will come later. But discipline teaches that the right moment is now. The first hours of the week reveal whether a person is guided by habit or by purpose. Those who treat Monday casually often drift through the week without direction, while those who treat it seriously build confidence, momentum, and credibility with themselves and their team. Discipline is not loud or dramatic. It is quiet, steady, and reliable. It is reflected in arriving prepared, respecting commitments, managing emotions, and focusing on what truly matters rather than being distracted by comfort or hesitation. When a team or individual adopts this attitude collectively, Monday becomes less about pressure and more about alignment with goals. A fresh beginning does not mean everything will be easy. In fact, discipline becomes most meaningful when challenges appear. On Monday morning, there may be deadlines, unfinished tasks, or unexpected problems waiting, and this is where discipline reveals inner strength. Instead of complaining or delaying, disciplined people accept responsibility and move forward step by step. They understand that success is not built on perfect situations, but on the ability to act despite discomfort. Monday tests whether we follow feelings or follow purpose, whether we allow laziness to control our choices or allow commitment to guide them. Each disciplined decision strengthens self-trust, and over time, this trust becomes confidence, resilience, and leadership. Another aspect of Monday as a fresh beginning is the opportunity to reconnect with vision and purpose. Discipline is not just about effort, it is also about clarity. When the week starts, it becomes a moment to ask important questions. Why am I doing this work? What kind of future am I building? What step can I take today that brings me closer to my goals? Without clarity, work becomes mechanical and draining, but with purpose, even difficult tasks feel meaningful. Discipline helps maintain that purpose by preventing distractions and emotional noise from taking control. It keeps the mind focused on long-term growth rather than short-term comfort. Monday becomes the day where direction is chosen, priorities are sharpened, and energy is channeled instead of scattered. Discipline on Monday also influences habits, and habits ultimately shape destiny. A disciplined start to the week develops structure, and structure reduces anxiety and confusion. Instead of reacting to circumstances, a disciplined person designs their day with intention. Planning work, setting timelines, creating healthy routines, and committing to follow through. Over time, these small, disciplined behaviors create powerful results. They build reliability in relationships, trust within teams, and self-belief within individuals. Monday is therefore not just about work, it's about identity. It asks, who am I becoming through my actions? Every disciplined choice answers that question silently, through effort and consistency, rather than words. Seeing Monday as a fresh beginning and a test of discipline also encourages gratitude and humility. Each new week is another chance to improve, learn, and contribute. Discipline respects that opportunity instead of wasting it. It recognizes that progress is earned, not given, and meaningful success is born from everyday commitment rather than occasional bursts of motivation. When a person treats Monday with seriousness, they send a message to themselves that their goals matter, their time matters, and their future matters. That message builds inner strength, and that strength gradually transforms ordinary days into stepping stones towards something greater.
Team unity and shared purpose create a strength that no individual effort can match, because when people work together with a common vision, their energy multiplies rather than divides. In any team, every person carries different experiences, talents, and perspectives, and when these differences are aligned instead of competing, they become a powerful resource. Unity does not mean everyone thinks the same way. It means everyone respects the same mission and moves in the same direction, even when opinions differ. A team built on shared purpose develops trust, and trust becomes the foundation on which courage, risk-taking, and innovation can stand. When individuals know they are not alone, they are more willing to step outside their comfort zone, contribute ideas, take responsibility, and face challenges with confidence, because the burden of the journey is carried together rather than individually. True unity is not created by force or authority. It grows through understanding, communication, and mutual respect. When a team listens to one another, values each person's contribution, and recognizes effort instead of only results, it builds emotional strength that cannot be measured in numbers. Shared purpose gives meaning to everyday tasks because people are no longer working only for personal benefit, they're working for something larger than themselves. This sense of belonging reduces fear and competition within the group and replaces it with collaboration and support. When one person struggles, others naturally step forward to help, not because they are obligated, but because they feel responsible for the collective outcome. Over time, this creates a culture where success is celebrated together and failure is faced together, turning every challenge into a shared lesson rather than an individual burden. In moments of pressure or uncertainty, unity becomes even more essential. Difficult projects, unexpected setbacks, and demanding goals often test the spirit of a team, and this is where shared purpose shows its real strength. In a divided environment, people blame one another, protect their own interests, and avoid accountability. But in a united environment, people take ownership, support each other, and search for solutions instead of excuses. They understand that progress is not about proving who is right, but about ensuring the mission continues to move forward. A team with a strong common purpose does not collapse under stress. It adapts, reorganizes, and grows stronger through adversity because its motivation does not depend on comfort, but on commitment. Unity also inspires higher standards of behavior and performance. When team members see others working hard, staying disciplined, and acting with integrity, they naturally feel encouraged to do the same. Shared purpose sets an invisible expectation that everyone will give their best, not because they are forced to, but because they do not want to let the team down. This creates accountability driven by respect rather than fear. People begin to think beyond their own tasks and consider how their actions affect the entire group. They communicate more clearly, coordinate more effectively, and avoid unnecessary conflict because they understand that harmony and progress are connected. Over time, these habits build a professional environment where excellence becomes a collective lifestyle rather than an occasional effort. Another important aspect of unity is emotional support. Success rarely follows a straight path. There are periods of doubt, fatigue, and discouragement, and during those times, the presence of a strong team can determine whether someone gives up or keeps going. Encouragement, appreciation, and empathy give strength that cannot be found in isolation. A simple word of support, a shared effort during a difficult task, or a moment of understanding when mistakes occur can restore confidence and motivation. Shared purpose reminds everyone that progress is a journey and that no one is expected to carry the entire weight alone. This emotional connection not only improves performance, but also builds loyalty and long-term commitment to the team. Unity also allows creativity and innovation to flourish. When people trust one another, they feel safe to express new ideas, question existing methods, and suggest improvements without fear of judgment. Shared purpose creates a mindset where ideas are evaluated not based on who presents them, but how much value they bring to the mission. Diverse perspectives become an advantage rather than a source of conflict. Teams that operate this way evolve faster, make better decisions, and discover opportunities others overlook because multiple minds are working together toward one destination instead of pulling in different directions. Leadership plays a key role in nurturing unity and shared purpose, but leadership in a united team does not belong to one person alone. It is reflected in the actions of every member who supports others, sets an example, communicates honestly, and places the mission above ego. When people lead through behavior instead of position, unity becomes natural rather than forced. Shared purpose becomes part of the team's identity, shaping how they think, act, and respond to challenges day after day.
Persistence turns setbacks into growth and progress, because every challenge carries a hidden lesson, and every failure provides information that success alone cannot teach. When a person or a team moves toward a meaningful goal, the road is never straight or predictable. There are moments when plans fail, opportunities disappear, results arrive slower than expected, and doubts begin to rise. Many people stop at that point, believing difficulty is a sign to quit, but persistence views difficulty as part of the journey rather than the end of it. It is the decision to continue learning, improving, and adapting instead of surrendering. Persistence does not erase obstacles, but it changes how we respond to them, turning resistance into fuel instead of a wall. Setbacks often test belief more than ability. When progress slows, it becomes easy to question one's skills, decisions, or worth. Persistence means choosing self-trust even when external validation is absent. It is the strength to say, "This result does not define my potential, it only guides my next step." People who persist look at failure like feedback. They study what went wrong, make adjustments, refine their strategy, and return with greater clarity. Over time, this habit develops resilience, and resilience becomes a powerful advantage because it allows a person to stay in the game long enough to experience growth that others miss when they quit too early. Progress is rarely visible in the early stages of effort. Much of the improvement happens internally, in mindset, discipline, and skill, long before the outside world notices. Persistence keeps a person moving through that invisible phase, trusting that consistent effort will eventually produce visible results. Setbacks slow the journey, but also deepen understanding. They reveal weaknesses that need strengthening, patterns that need changing, and perspectives that need expanding. Without persistence, those lessons are lost, and the same mistakes repeat again and again. With persistence, mistakes become stepping stones that gradually shape wisdom and maturity. Another important aspect of persistence is patience.
Many people want immediate results and become discouraged when success takes time. But meaningful achievements grow through repetition, refinement, and endurance. Persistence understands that progress may come quietly, sometimes in small increments that are easy to overlook. It teaches discipline by reminding us that effort matters even when the outcome has not yet appeared. This mindset transforms frustration into commitment. Instead of asking, "Why is this taking so long?" a persistent person asks, "What can I improve while I continue moving forward?" That attitude allows growth to continue even during delays. Setbacks also strengthen character by revealing authentic motivation. When things are easy, anyone can appear confident and committed. But during difficulty, true purpose becomes visible. Persistence requires reconnecting with the deeper reason behind the goal, the vision, responsibility, or dream that makes the struggle worthwhile. When motivation comes from external rewards alone, commitment fades quickly. When it comes from inner purpose, effort continues even when circumstances are harsh. This kind of persistence builds inner stability because identity becomes rooted in values rather than temporary results. Persistence is not stubbornness, it is flexible strength. It does not mean repeating the same actions blindly. Instead, it means being willing to change strategies while keeping the destination intact. Sometimes progress requires a new approach, a new skill, or a new perspective. Persistent people are open to learning from others, seeking guidance, and exploring alternatives instead of giving up. They understand that growth often happens when comfort is replaced by curiosity and when certainty is replaced by humility. Each adjustment brings them closer to effectiveness, turning setbacks into opportunities to evolve rather than reasons to stop. In a team environment, persistence becomes a shared force that multiplies courage. When one member faces discouragement, others help restore confidence, reminding them of past achievements and future possibilities. Collective persistence strengthens relationships and builds trust because each challenge overcome together reinforces the belief that the team can handle whatever comes next. Instead of blaming or withdrawing during difficult moments, united teams reflect, support one another, and rise again with renewed determination. This collective resilience becomes part of the culture, shaping how people respond not just to one setback, but to every challenge that appears in the future. Persistence also shapes character by proving to oneself that quitting is not the only option. Every time a person continues despite difficulty, they rewrite their internal story from "I can't" to "I am capable of enduring, learning, and improving." That internal shift increases confidence and reduces fear of failure, because failure is no longer seen as a threat, but as a temporary stage in development. Over time, this mindset creates emotional strength, stability, and self-respect, because success is no longer measured only by outcomes, but by the courage to continue the journey regardless of obstacles.